Hello friends, my name is Liionchiss. Thank you for all the subscribers. Numbers was never the goal, but knowing that we'll have a couple of people here watching incentivizes me to drop more. So today we're going to be speaking on the king's mindset, and we're going to be narrowing it down to relationships. So there's a saying that when a woman treats her husband like a slave, she becomes the slave's wife. But when she treats her husband like a king, she becomes the queen. But also, most importantly, a man has to treat himself like a king first. If you don't treat yourself like a king, no one is going to treat you like one. Now, this doesn't mean being selfish or pompous or overly reactive to things. It means knowing what you want and standing on business to yourself. For example, if you say, I'm going to go to the gym today, you make sure you go to the gym. Having the king's mindset is easy. It does not matter what you do. You could be a butcher, you could be a plumber, you could be any job. You could have no job, but still be able to navigate with the king's mindset. So now, what's the key to embodying this mindset? Believing in yourself, what you want, your ability to take decisions, and most importantly, believing in who you are, your identity, and what you stand for. When you become self-sufficient in these traits, you embody the king mindset. Very easy. A lot of men don't have the king's mindset, and that's what's lacking. That's why they pay for things that other men receive at will. See, no matter how much you make, no matter how physically attractive you are, no matter how nice of a guy you are, if you do not have the king mindset, the delivery man will be treated better in his home than you. You see a guy who comes from a great background, went through primary education, went through secondary, went through tertiary, even got his master's, got a job, started earning, started a company of his own, takes care of himself, has a house, is stable, and pays for others. Wasting time over a girl who was not raised right, has multiple low quality bodies, has an Instagram social media account, has a fat ass. Why are you coming down? Why are you coming down? If you come down by showing too much interest, she would beat you at that level and treat you worse than her street dude who is jobless. I see some guys sitting there wasting almost an hour trying to craft the perfect text message to send to a girl who says sup. Meeting a lady today and acting like your whole life depended on her before now. It should be the other way around. You stay up there and she tries to impress you. That's the king mindset. That gives you the best ROI. You're inherently born a leader, so never sell that birthright for coochie. Another mistake is putting yourself last. You won't get anywhere with that. That's why nice guys finish last, is that they put themselves last. And you would think that laying your life down or giving everything you have for a broad would gain you more reward. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. It's the other way around. You see, the more you do for yourself, or the more a woman does for you, the more she feels invested in you. You see, women value you more when you do things for yourself than when you do things for them. Even if you get knocked out because of her, she wouldn't value you because it means you saw yourself as a crash dummy and you don't value yourself. So why would she value you? You were ready to crash out on her behalf over what she wouldn't crash out for herself about. She's happy being number 7 or 8 on your priority list. She doesn't want to be number 1. They might say they want to be number 1, but trust me, she does not want to be number 1. God, parents, fitness, network, money. Then your woman. When you have these things, she feels more comfortable with you because it means that you can prioritize yourself. And that's what the king's mindset gives you within. For example, buy her a car and she'll be euphoric for some time. She'll be happy. She'll feel the moment. She will even treat you with a little more love than usual, but it will never make her love you more. Buy yourself a car and she'll feel more value in you. She will see that she can go and brag to her friends that my man is an industrious man. Look at the kind of car he's driving. So she values you more. Send her through school and she'll be getting nothing in school. But send yourself through school and she would see you as more valuable because you have completed your education, so which means you're an educated man for her. Get her a job and she'll be shagging the boss. but get yourself a job and she will see you as an asset because you're showing more financial stability. The things that you do for yourself puts you at more value than the things that you do for women. These are a few key questions to ask when you're moving with the king mindset in relationships. Number one is, does she like me? Does she truly like me? She has to truly like you. She has to desire you before you give her the time of day. You don't try to make somebody see your worth. That's not the king mindset. Never seen people being begged, literally, to drive a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. And they're like, I'll think about it. Never. Number two, is she respectful? She has to be respectful, because if she's not respectful, it's not going anywhere. Number three, can someone achieve what I want from this particular broad by putting in less effort than I am putting in right now? If you ask yourself that question, if JC Momo walks into the room, would he have to do all these things that I'm doing right now for him to be able to get this particular female? Now, if the answer is he would do less, then you do less. That's the king mindset. You put yourself up there. That's what makes you a king. You don't bring yourself down. You put yourself on the highest status of attraction. Number four is she a morally upright person? So she has to be morally upright to be able to even be respectful. She has to be morally upright. She can't be using slur words around you anytime, anyhow. That means she doesn't respect you. You see how women who respect their husbands act around them, right? That's exactly how your woman needs to be acting around you. She can't be cussing out on people, insulting the waiter, banging on stuff. Even if she's not doing it to you, she's doing it to other people in front of you, means she does not respect your presence. She wouldn't do that in front of somebody who she truly felt a respect or a form of subordinacy to. Then number five, is she there for the material things with absolutely nothing to offer? This one is a big one. So if she's there for the material things and you know that she's there for the material things and she has nothing to offer, and you keep chasing and you keep trying to take yourself down so that you can be able to match her vibe and get what you want, then that's not the king mindset. The king mindset is, once you know that she's there for the material things, you leverage the material things that you have and make her work for it. Not coming down and offering it, because whatever is given on platter without them having to work for it, they would not value it. And that happens to almost every human being, not just women. Most men start asking these questions after they've gone through unnecessary hurdles to get laid. And then they start realizing that the person that they are with is not smart enough or useful enough to continue with. That's what's called post-nut clarity. Post-nut clarity is basically just you realizing that you close the gap on so many priorities just to be here in bed with this woman. So what is the king mindset again? The king mindset is believing in what you stand for, standing on business for yourself, believing in the decisions that you take, and most importantly, who you are, your identity, what you represent. Prioritize yourself most times. That's the king mindset. And by having the king mindset, you avoid a lot of fake conversations, disrespect, low quality relationships with females, and a scarcity mindset, because you are focused on you. You don't have the time to play tic-tac-toe with anybody. You are focused on yourself. And remember guys, everything I speak on comes from years of experience and observing reality up close, so you can take it to the bank. If this hits home, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. You can watch the full episode on the Built Not Born podcast, now live on Spotify. Links below. Go listen anytime. I hope you got something real from this. Thank you for watching. Let's get back to work.